Well, good evening, Monadnock region, and welcome to a very special bonus episode of GoMo tonight. Here live, I think for the first time as an episode, in the Grand Hall, of course, of the Townhouse here in Peterborough, New Hampshire. And I'm joined by my lovely co-host.
Zoe Rotenheinsman.
And we have a special guest with us today.
Veronika Schreiber.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you are the artistic director of the Viva Bach Festival that's coming to town this weekend. Can you tell us how the whole idea for Viva Bach started?
Well, it started only a year ago in May, so it will make a year and a few months. And it happened after the concert of Monadnock Chorus, where we went for a drink, and there was Kathy Lanigan, and there was Connie Mann, and we talked about how wonderful it was to play and sing a Bach cantata. And I mentioned that in Portugal I organized the Bach Festival, and I happened to have a program with me, and I showed it to Kathy. Kathy looked at it and she said, "Why don't we do it here?" This is how it started. That was in May 22, and in October 22, we had the first festival. The Genesis.
That's incredible that you made that happen in 5 months.
That's thanks to Kathy Lanigan.
Wow. And so, I was reading your bio before this, and, you've been to so many wonderful places and you're so accomplished. How does someone like yourself find yourself here in humble Peterborough, New Hampshire?
It feels at home.
Yeah, okay. I like hearing that. That's great.
I used to come here years ago. I spent 15 summers playing Monadnock Music Festival when Jim Bowley was the director.
Okay, yeah.
And so for me, it's all familiar. And, in this hall, we played so many concerts. I always loved this hall. And
Monadnock music is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
So another thing that we noticed reading your bio is the emphasis that you have on Bach and the importance of Bach's music. Can you tell us more about that?
That's very difficult to talk about because it's something that really happens, and it happens because of this music. And it happens with time. And the longer I live, the more I realize that this music is it. And it's it in so many ways, not only as a composition, not only in the context of our so-called classical music, but in terms of just something very unique, very universal, clear, transparent, uplifting, consoling, loving. There is, you don't find in other music all this together in such an incredibly ordered way. And, there is no inferior piece in all the Bach compositions, all those hundreds that survived, because many have been lost. In the same time, when I think about today, when everything is ready to be thrown away, we take a picture and we know that we can just delete it. You can, write something, you can delete it. And those notes were written with an ink on a paper, and somehow it survived. Right. And we have this incredible honor and privilege to play it, to listen to it, and to discover it, because every time I play Bach, every time I go to the same piece, it presents itself differently. Every time I hear different things, it's like a huge theater, and I hear more and more people and characters coming and telling their stories. There's something that it's difficult to talk about music.
Yeah, well,
music
used to be played
so beautifully.
Yeah, well said. I think. Yeah, difficult though it may be. Yeah, that was very beautiful. I've been I've kind of considered Bach my favorite composer since I was like 7
Really?
years old for
Well, bravo.
you
That's
know,
great.
reasons that I certainly couldn't articulate at 7, you know, but I think that that really speaks to it, that order, you know, that beauty, that presentation, that unfolding, you
Right,
know.
right.
It really is magnificent. Like, so last year I did get the opportunity to come to one of the performances.
Really?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I wish I could remember exactly which one it was, but I think it was Friday night. I think it was a keyboard. I think there was harpsichord and violin,
That was me.
perhaps.
Yeah.
That was you. That was
Well, you
magnificent.
did I change so much?
Well,
Contact,
as you can
just
see,
one
I'm like
year.
remembering more and more, like, yeah, like there was a harpsichord and a violin, and yeah, it's all put
Right.
all back together. But yeah,
Right.
absolutely magnificent. It
Well,
was
thank you.
beautiful, and this room, I was just saying, I've heard music in here before, but just having like two instruments right in the center of the room and complete silence outside of that, it was as though this room was just made for that kind of
Right.
thing. So, what wonders do we have in store this year?
This year, we will begin with Goldberg variations, played by Sergei Shepkin, and what wonderful, wonderful Russian pianist. The second concert, with the title Concertos and Arias, will present the 4 violin concertos played by different soloists who also accompany. So we're all soloists, but we also accompany each other. So it's just music making. With the soloist, Solomia Ivaki, Yarosław Lis, Julia Glenn, and myself as a violin. Noah K. oboe, who will replace Kemp Jernigan, who unfortunately was programmed initially, but he was tested for COVID positive and couldn't come. But luckily, we have a wonderful replacement.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mary Bonhag will sing 2 arias.
Beautiful.
So we'll have this, violin that is an instrument of high register, and we have the voice of high register. And it's amazing how Bach writes for voice. There is, in all the instrumental music, there is a lot of love, but in voice, it's just so tender and so beautiful. So yeah, that's the second concert. And then on the third, we have 2 motets and 2 cantatas.
Beautiful. With
the 4 vocal singers, Mary Bonhag soprano, Wikiat Chia countertenor, William Haidt the tenor, and Alan Klein baritone. Excellent. With the chorus, and Colin Mann will conduct the whole thing.
Well, fantastic. That sounds great. Well, we're gonna be there throughout the weekend, I hope so. As well. Yeah. But yeah, maybe one more question.
One more question, maybe
Yes.
Maybe a little bit of a funny question. I don't know, but in your bio, it stood out that you had recorded several songs composed and dedicated to you. Is there a story?
I'm always correcting the term song. You know that.
Oh, a piece.
A
yes.
Song
has
it's a form, musical form. It usually has lyrics that it has an ABA form, and then there are symphonies and sonatas and other compositions. I know right now everything is a song, and I'm always trying to correct. So
my brother corrects me on that one too.
I used to play. I used to play a lot of contemporary music. I always was drawn to discovering something that no one else played before. And I found it thrilling to have a piece that no one yet played and discover the music in the text, in the notes. And then I got into Bach.
So people would compose things specifically for you to play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Veronika, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you.
And we really look forward to seeing your direction and your playing this weekend
Thank you very much.
here at the festival.
Please
And
come.
so yeah, so this is this episode should likely be seen tomorrow, Thursday, the 19th, and the festival is accordingly Friday the 20th at 7:30. I believe 7:30 p.m. And Saturday night also at 7:30 p.m. and then Sunday at 3 p.m. So please, tickets are available. They're available online. We'll put the link along with this video. And you can also go to vivabachpeterborough.org.
Yes.
Good guess. I thought I had a 1 in 2 chance there. All right, so we will hopefully see you there. All right.
Let's
Thank
hope.
you.
Thank you very much.